This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are the things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
This podcast is sponsored by Skylight Frames. There's something special about sharing memories with loved ones, especially during the holidays. Whether it's a snapshot of your kids having some fun, a magical moment from a recent trip, or a sentimental memory from years ago, Skylight Frames brings those moments to life right in your home. This holiday season, give the gift that keeps on giving, memories. Whether it's for grandparents who adore seeing the latest photos of the grandkids, or a friend who just cherishes capturing every special moment, the Skylight Frame is the perfect way to bring joy and connection into any home. The Skylight Frame is very easy to use, designed for everyone in the family, even for those who aren't tech savvy. With a quick 1-minute setup, all you have to do is plug it in and it's ready to go. No complicated apps or prescriptions are required. For those who are a little more tech savvy, the Skylight Plus software takes it to the next level with fun features like Doodles, where you can draw or write a note on your phone and it shows up instantly on the frame, and interactive greeting cards that make birthdays, holidays, or any day extra special. Want to surprise someone? Use gift mode to preload your favorite photos before giving the Skylight Frame. When they turn it on, they'll be greeted with cherished memories ready to enjoy immediately. Not only is the Skylight Frame easy to use, but it also looks beautiful in any home. With 5 stylish frame options, high definition resolution, and the ability to display photos in portrait or landscape, it's the perfect addition to any room. And for peace of mind, Skylight Frame offers a satisfaction guarantee with free returns within 120 days if you're not happy with your purchase. This holiday, don't just give a gift, give the joy of connection. For a limited time, get 20% off your purchase of Skylight Frame by going to ca.skylightframe.com/hockey. That's right. To get 20% off, visit ca.skylightframe.com/hockey. That is ca.skylightframe.com/hockey. Did you watch the fight, bud?
I did. I watched the girls that fought before, Tyson and Paul.
Unbelievable.
Which was a bloodbath.
I'm not like a huge into like UFC or any of that. I'm trying to get into it more. And I've never really sat down and watched boxing before, but that fight, out of all the UFC boxing, everything I've ever watched, was probably the best fight I've ever seen.
Really?
And that was Serrano and Taylor were the two girls, right? I think. And
yeah,
Taylor
won. I think those are the names.
Serrano got absolutely fucked over.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was a joke, but what a fight.
I wasn't paying too much. Like, I was paying attention, but I wasn't like super locked in.
Yeah.
Because we won against OU in a shootout. At home. So we were, and then I went out afterwards, and then made a pit stop at home to watch the main event.
Yeah.
And that fight was probably, I think it was 4 rounds in. And I sat down and watched it. It was like so fucking good.
So you didn't even see like what happened, like how she got her head split and stuff?
Like I saw her head fucking split open though.
Yeah, so
I saw her eyelid fucked.
That was in round 2.
She got elbowed, right?
No, dude, she headbutted her.
Oh, fuck.
She headbutted her 4 times in that fight. She got penalized for headbutting. It was a joke. She just led with her head every single time. And the one got her with a headbutt, split her eye open, and then she had blood in her face, could barely see the whole fight. Anytime she got punched there, they had to like pause the fight. It was bullshit because she was dominating the fight too. And it was so unfair. I was so angry watching that. And then the fact that they gave Taylor the fucking win too was such a joke. But the fight was so good. Like the fight
was such a good fight. I figured that because she split her open like so much and like used the head, like wouldn't that take enough points off to like make it not even close?
I believe she got 1 warning on one. So sorry, there was 4 headbutts called. 2 were called unintentional, including the one that she split her head open on. And then they called 2 intentional ones, but that only lost. The first one's a warning, and the second one, so she only lost 1 point for it.
Okay.
And that's 1 point in 1 round. So 1 round was, and like Serrano won that round anyway, so it was probably like 10-8 the 1 round instead of.
Okay. So it didn't really matter that much.
No, which was bullshit because it changed the entire outcome of the fight. Like I think Serrano probably ends up like knocking her out. Like
really,
if it's not, yeah, like it was so unfair. But
fuck the way they were throwing, I didn't see either of them getting knocked out. I saw it going the distance the entire way. Like they were hitting, but they were just eating punches, like cotton candy punches.
They were.
I doubt they fucking hit lightly, but like I'm saying, like they were both had just the strongest chins and like fuck, like I don't know, it was really entertaining. Yeah. Then that leads us into the
main event, dude. Which
the main event there.
You kind of had to expect this, right? Like I think everyone had a little bit of like a fantasy that Mike Tyson was just gonna be Iron Mike KO. Like I kind of had a little hope, and I shouldn't have. It was just
he was moving real well for about a round and a half.
A round and a half, yeah. It was hard. That was hard to watch, honestly.
And then
did you? What was your reaction after? Like when the fight was over, I just sat there and just kind of like stared. Like,
it was sad.
It's just it's not even just sad. It's just like seeing, like it's sad, but it's just like, holy fuck, like it, just like mortality.
Yeah, it's like it's so not even morally correct to watch that.
Yeah, it just seems wrong. Like it shouldn't have happened.
Seems like someone's uncle getting up there and like trying to fight like a 27-year-old boxer. Like what's going on here?
No, that was insane. It was such a joke, to be honest.
I would feel bad for people that got a chance to watch Tyson in his prime.
Yeah.
And then get to sit down and watch that. Like it's just sad, man. Like and I don't know. And at the end you see he's like, I don't think I'm done. Like I think I got more in me. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, you're done, bro.
You're done, man. Like it's come on. It's like he was moving. Like we were watching him. He was like, oh my god, he can't move in the ring. He's like barely getting. And then, do you think Jake Paul like held up?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
100%. Because there's.
Yeah, and then it's just like embarrassing because Jake Paul still hasn't fought any. Sorry, the only person somewhat legit he fought was Tommy Fury, and he lost. But anyone legit he's fought, like, has been not a real boxer besides Tyson. But Tyson's fucking 58. So I hate how it gives him like more like shit to talk, basically, like more ammo. I hope he fights.
Dude, I feel like he's not going to use it. I feel like he's not going to use like that as a fight because people just don't respect it at all.
He's been shit talking on Twitter already, like crazy, like calling other people out and stuff. But you do have to hand it to them that like the promoting they did for this to get like the whole world watching was crazy. Like Jake Paul knows.
Such a good idea to throw on Netflix.
Yeah, that was huge putting it on Netflix. Like Jake Paul knows how to make fucking money, so you have to give the credit there for that. Like I think the guy made like 45 million off of this flat rate. So insane. Wasn't. I kind of wish I didn't waste my time watching the Tyson Paul fight, but at least the ladies fight was good. Serrano Taylor. So yeah, it was all right overall. But yeah,
I think if Netflix gets more events like that, was yours bugging though?
No, I had one issue, and it was while Tyson was walking like down the tunnel into the like. That was the only time it bugged out.
Oh,
and
dude,
I refreshed it, and it was fine right after that.
Let's just talk about that real quick. The fucking walkout. I heard
there was a lot of issues.
The walkout that he was having, he just looked sad.
Yeah,
like he looked like he was gonna go out there and just lose. Like it was weird. Like. Penner, or someone put money on Tyson to win. It was like $10.
Yeah.
And I was like, the moment he walks out, like he just looks like he's sad and old and just doesn't want to be there. And it's like, dude, like the fight's already. I'm sitting there, I'm watching him walk out. I'm like, the fight's already over. Like he's already lost. He just looked depressed, like walking out to the ring. And then Jake Paul's walkout was so dust.
Yeah, that was bad too.
In a car, like, come on.
Yeah,
get out of the fucking car, dude.
Yeah,
that was dust. But yeah, no, I think having the event on Netflix was such a good idea.
Yeah,
like such a good idea. And then, but ours was bugging. Like we couldn't fucking turn it on. I don't know what was going on. Like, Netflix couldn't handle the bandwidth or something. Like they weren't used to that many people logging on or something.
Yeah, I was
maybe it's different because
that
we're down here.
issue. Yeah,
It's different because we're down here, maybe. But yeah, no, we got a lot of refreshers. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, quite the event. Quite the event as a whole.
Good event though. Like overall,
good event.
Probably made a shit ton of money, but pretty solid. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 19 of the Jungle Hockey Podcast, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. I'm here with my co-host, Owen Elson. How are we doing, buddy?
Joe, we're doing good. Your Muzzy, though, is doing real good. I'm loving it. I do.
Yeah, I came a little bit closer to the camera here. I don't know if the viewers are going to see you.
No, they won't be able to see this, but they'll see it. They'll see it in the interview. I guess we did that interview last week, so they'll see what your Muzzy did look like. But you got the full, like, mine doesn't really grow in the middle, like, you know. You got the full, so we're gonna have to style
this side's a little longer. I just noticed that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like style it or different. See who ends up with the better Muzzy on
get some wax.
Day. Yeah,
get some wax and wax it up there. Anyways,
but yeah. So real quick, while we're on the topic of the mustaches, just a real quick, please be sure to check out our Movember. We're over halfway through now. By the time this drops, I guess we're recording this on a Thursday, so it'll be out on the Friday the 22nd. So please, do what you can to donate to the cause or raise awareness, whatever it is. But we're doing our best here to try and raise some funds for the cause. And just please consider donating. You can get the link in our link tree. So the link tree is in our bio on all our social media platforms. And then I also believe I have the link directly in our Instagram bio, and I posted it on all our social media platforms too. So please be sure to check that out. But Joe, besides that, how have you been? Like you said, you had a big shootout win against OU. Did you just?
Oh yeah, we were number 9. They're number 8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get this. We're number 9 and we're number 8. We won on Friday night. We won 3-1 or 3-2.
Yeah.
And then Saturday we go down. This is the first time I've let in the first 2 shots of a game and come back and won. Like it's fucked. But yeah, we came back and we were down 2-0. We came back, tied at 2-2. Went up 3-2, and then they scored a bullshit goal on the power play 3-3, and then we went to shootout. And then it was at home, so it was pretty hyped to score and win the shootout. But so we sweep. We're number 9. We sweep number 8, and we go down to 10.
What?
It made no sense. I didn't get it.
Did the team in 10th beat someone in the top 5 twice or something? I have no idea.
There must have been some teams on the outside that beat some high ranked teams or something. It just made no sense, man. I don't really get it.
Yeah. Where did they rank OU after?
13.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there must have just been. So they dropped. So there must have just been some lower teams that beat good teams that moved up. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Yeah. As long as the OU drops below you guys, I guess. But that is kind of good. So what are you? You guys are what? Like, made sense. You're like 13-1.
Yeah, 13-1 now.
That's crazy. What
I think we could genuinely go the entire year. Like if we don't fucking do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And like take a team lightly or something. We could go the rest of the year and probably maybe lose like 1 or 2 more games.
Yeah.
Realistically. Nice. And I think the rest should be pretty solid. But it's more about goal difference in this league.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You have to win by a certain amount.
Especially with you guys being independent, it's different, right?
Yeah, we don't have any in-conference games, which sucks.
Yeah.
It's different.
Another thing, not to like, jump the gun on this, but are you looking at like tickets to Italy, or how are your numbers looking to see if you could potentially?
Oh, dude, don't even get me started.
Why?
Don't even get me started. They're pulling from U Sports this year.
No, they're not.
I know, I was so sad.
Oh, so the whole team's just gonna be U Sports instead of ACHA?
Yeah, Canada West.
Oh,
they're pulling from.
That sucks.
Which is sad. Yeah, it was really sad. I was really disappointed. But
whatever. Maybe the next one.
I don't know. I would have been good. I think I would have been good enough. I don't know. I'm
I think
pretty sure
you
I'm up
definitely
there.
would have got a look. Maybe because you're a freshman, they would have taken older guys.
That's the issue.
But
That's the issue.
you
But
definitely would have got a look.
that'll go into my favor next year. I'll
Yeah,
be a sophomore, so and
exactly.
then
That's what I mean. If you can keep your numbers high, then
yeah,
yeah.
if they put the team together, maybe. But I don't want to jump the gun and say
No,
they'll
I know.
definitely make it. But
I just wanted to ask if you'd heard anything. But
no,
yes,
I wish. I really
sports.
wish. But no, they announced the Team USA the other.
I saw that.
week.
That's why I wanted to ask, because I saw USA's
Yeah.
roster got announced. So
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know when they announced Canada, but it'd be interesting to see some of the names on there. Actually,
yeah, for sure it will be. We'll keep an eye
Yeah.
on that. But Joey, overall, the BCHC Prospects game, huge win for the Pidge. How you like that one? 2 years in a row.
I didn't even
not a
watch it,
big
man.
deal.
I didn't even watch. How the fuck do they not have an All-Star game? Like, that's insane. Like, why do we have Prospects game and no All-Star game? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, not like, I haven't heard anything real, but you never know what could happen this year. I think they're wanting to do more for the league. So, yeah,
It
you
just
never
makes
know,
so
dude.
much sense for college. Like if guys want to jump from the KI to college,
Yeah.
like it's just a perfect showcase.
Now,
You know what
so
I mean?
if they do, let's say the Pidge and the KI do their own All-Star game, so like not against each other, because I don't think they would do that. But if they were to do the All-Star games, then do you think that it would have to be 19 and 20-year-olds only, because they're already having the Prospects game?
Yeah,
16 to
I
18.
think so.
Yeah. So you think it's only
Yeah, it
19
makes the
20s,
most
right?
sense.
Like
You pick
you don't
mostly
wanna have
20s and then
yeah,
a
19s.
couple 19 bombs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that probably should be the way they do it. But and try and get a guy from each team. Like you look at the Prospects rosters for the Pidge, and it's like mostly like 14. Well, actually, they did a better job this year, and the forwards this year were pretty good. Like
Make it
spread
like
out.
the NHL All-Star game. You get a player from each team, then you can get multiple players from from each team, but
Yeah.
at least one.
Yeah,
wanna
well,
see,
yeah, for sure. Because if you're doing the Prospects game 16 to 18-year-olds, then you take the best prospects, because that makes sense for that. I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of want to take. You might want to look a little less at stats and a little more at who the best overall players are based on their situation as well. But then for the All-Star game, 19 and 20-year-olds only, I think makes so much sense. And yeah, like guys would love that. They used to do an All-Star game like for years, but I don't know what ended up happening to that. They brought the Prospects game back with no All-Star game. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, what do you think? Are you a little surprised that the Pidge beat the KI 4-1? I mean, KI had 10 dub guys too. Like,
yeah, I just don't know. I feel old. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I've never watched any of these guys play. On paper, the KI team looks better just because there's more dub logos. But to lose 4-1 in a relatively, I think it was. Did they go up 3-0?
I'm not sure, but it might have been. It was a relatively easy win for the Pidge.
That's what I'm saying. That's to lose relatively easy like that. It's kind of, I don't know, not disappointing, but like surprising.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. It's I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I was busy doing fuck knows. But yeah, I know. I think it's a good concept.
Yeah.
They said there was 20 something dub scouts there.
Oh wow, nice.
Like,
that's
watching,
good.
like it was unreal amount of scouts, like with good coverage. So maybe a
why
little
they're
bit of
doing it,
nerves
man.
from the KI team.
Yeah,
A little bit of nerves, but
Joey, you gotta listen. Like, let me give a little more of an in-depth recap of this game before we talk about it more. The shots, Joe, 46-23 for Team PJHL, and then I gotta shout out all the point scores. So Oliver Nottingham scores the first goal for the PJHL, assisted by Bodie Bowden and Lucas Davidson.
Bodie Bowden.
Max Kovic scored the second goal, assisted by Max Shin. Aaron Zelenik scored to make it 2-1 for the KI, unassisted. So Zelenik, the only guy to get a point for them. Tyler Blatz from Ridge scores, assisted by Cody Johnson and Jesse Bordeaux. And then Abraham Brown with the Langley Trappers scores to make 4-1 for the PJHL. MVP for the PJHL was given to Cody Johnson of the Abbotsford Pilots. We actually mic'd him up the other day. Check that video out on our YouTube and all our other social media. That was a fun one. So congrats, Cody, on winning MVP for them. And the KI MVP, Aaron Zelenik, who scored their only goal, and I believe he's on
Pretty
camera.
obvious choice there.
Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, just a little more. But, dude, 46-23, they doubled them.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
That's
I
brutal.
did not like.
That's brutal. That's embarrassing.
Maybe it being in Langley had a little to do with it. Maybe, but Pidge won last year.
They juiced the shots, you think?
NCAA.
They juiced the shots or what?
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant like the
okay.
overall result, like maybe the travel. I don't know. I'm trying because this isn't really what I expected, but yeah, the Pidge won last year too. So,
it's a little bit surprising.
Yeah, but it was a fun event. But yeah, hopefully we do see an All-Star game coming soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it'd probably be pretty good for both leagues. Fuck.
Yeah.
Not just the KI, but the Pidge as well. So
yeah, it would be good. Anyways, I'll get into a little bit more of a PJHL recap. Gotta start off by talking once again about the Chilliwack Jets. 21 wins in a row. They beat Langley 4-3 on Sunday to keep the streak alive. They're 23-1. Ridge beat Coastal 4-1 on Sunday, and Ridge is 18-2-1 for 37 points. And that's a big gap. Langley and Abbey are fighting it out for third and fourth. Bit of a gap. Mission and Surrey are fighting it out for fifth and sixth. Grandview has been on fire lately, buddy. They're tied with Coastal now for that 5 spot. And to be completely honest, like I thought it was looking like Coastal was going to run away with it, and Grandview was kind of out of it. But Coastal slowed down, and Grandview has been on a hell of a streak lately. They've won, they're 7-3 in their last 10, which is among the last 10 games, 4th best record in the PJHL. So you might even see Grandview try to gain some ground on Poco and White Rock. White Rock's been struggling a bit lately as well. Besides that, Poco's 6-4 in their last 10, and they're 5th. So 5th in the league in their last 10. So it looks like there's been a lot of teams kind of beating each other beyond those top 3 teams, beyond the top 4 teams over the past 10 games. So a lot more parity as the season's starting to go on. North Van has won a couple of big games that I didn't expect. I think Port Moody beat somebody the other night as well. They're at 6 wins now, so not looking as bad as they were to begin the season. Not much else. I mean, it's surprising to see Ridge, they've lost 3 of their last 10 games, which kind of out of character. I mean, one of those losses was no overtime as well. But, kind of out of character for them. You just don't see them lose very many games this year. So, not much. The stats leaders, nothing's really changed. Like, we know who's hot. We know that LaGrange, Schoberg, LaGrange's line mates, Boucher, Koshin, Nicholas Noren. It's all the same guys I talked about last week. There hasn't been too many games because of the Prospects game, so there hasn't been a lot of change. So I'm not going to just waste any more time talking about that. But just to finish off the pitch here, I'll list off the 3 stars. The first star, this is for the week of November 4th through 11th. The third star of the week, Ashton Holbeach on the Mission City Outlaws, had 3 goals and an assist in 2 games, played for 4 points. Congrats, Holbeach. Great
MCO.
League. MCO, baby. Parker Sarai of the Surrey Knights, 6 goals and 1 assist for 7 points in 3 games. Chenya was telling me this guy was just on an absolute heater. He was carrying Surrey for a few games, playing out of his mind. So great week for Sarai. And then Cody Johnson of the Abbotsford Pilots. We just talked about him winning MVP in the Prospects game. And before that, first star of the week, he had 10 points in 4 games, 4 goals and 6 assists. The guy has just been on fire lately. So Johnson's got 34 points in 25 games this year. He had 15 points in 47 games last year. So he's already doubled last year's totals in half as many games, which is insane. Like this guy, junior A teams might want to keep an eye on him with the numbers he's been putting up lately. So I think overall that's a pretty good recap for the Pidge. Keep an eye on Grandview. Chilliwack on an absolute heater, and not a ton else has changed besides that.
There wasn't a goalie goal in the Pidge, was there?
Holy shit, there was a goalie goal. I also forgot to talk about it. Yeah, in the Mission Surrey game, I think Mission ended up winning 4-2. In the first period, Mission has a delayed penalty, and Surrey pulls their goalie, and Surrey's forward tries to pass it up to his D-man, puts it way past him, and sends it all the way down into his own net. And the last player to touch it on Mission was their goalie, Jake Podlet.
So congrats to Jake Poblet on his first career PJHL goal as a goalie. Surrey, that was one of the worst plays I've ever watched. That was rough. But, it happens. It happens. It's just one play.
It does happen.
It happens. And Surrey's had some good games lately. They've been playing competitive hockey. So Chennai's been scoring too. Chennai finally scored against Mission for the first time since being traded.
Oh my God.
Didn't even Selly. Surprising, hey?
No Sally.
No Selly. I think
No Sally.
he's just
Too much respect there? Or?
I guess, yeah, maybe too much respect or I don't know. But following a quick little PIJ recap there, I think we'll send it over to our interview for this week. Former Ridge Meadows Flames captain and SFU hockey player, Matt Tyszka. Matt played for Ridge for a few years before he played for SFU for a year. He had some crazy stories about when he played for SFU. They obviously did a lot of travel. They actually beat a D1 hockey team when he was playing for SFU, which is non-conference. So pretty cool stories about that, as well as his junior career. He talked quite a bit about Derek Bedard and his relationship with him and Ridge. So, Joe, any other words before we send to this interview?
No, just excited to get into it here.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Owen, I remember my first hockey game. The excitement of watching hockey live. The chill of the ice and the slam of a full NHL hockey player slamming against the boards. It was just nothing like it. I remember me and you going to the outdoor game at the Heritage Classic in Vancouver there. I also remember, Brock Besser almost tearing the roof off the building when if he would have scored a third goal to get a hat trick. We watched the Canucks win a couple times, which was pretty sweet. Well, I want to introduce you to a ticketing service called Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes it getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. My personal experience, I was just looking at the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Broncos this Sunday. They had a whole bunch going on, but I love how they sort all your tickets into the deals called Super, and then they even have the cheapest tickets or whatever you need. This app really surprised me by showing me, they had this one seats for like $120 off. It was pretty insane and it weren't upper bowl either. There was like in the middle by the sideline. It was pretty sweet. Customize your spot. Game Time Picks curation makes it easier to save on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. All-in pricing. Toggling this feature allows total upfront, no surprise fees at checkout. You can even get your seat view with a panoramic view from the seat and the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee, or Game Time, will credit you 110% of the difference. Game Time ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
Joe, you know what the most exciting thing about Black Friday and Cyber Monday is? Getting to cash in on an amazing deal that you wouldn't normally get. Except with Raycon. Because with Raycon, you can get an amazing deal on premium audio every day of the year. But that doesn't mean they're not having any sales for Black Friday. Far from it. They're actually doubling down on their amazing value by offering viewers up to 30% off site-wide. A Black Friday deal you'll appreciate every day? Raycon's everyday earbuds, especially if you haven't checked out their latest model, which includes plenty of new features that make them even more of a must-have for any audio lover. For example, they now feature a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. Raycon's everyday earbuds also come with active noise cancellation. It's a feature that's a must-have for me on long flights, long road trips up to the cabin. Maybe you got a long bus ride to your next game, but one that can be difficult to find at an accessible price point. Because that's another thing. Although Raycon's quality rivals some of the biggest names in premium audio, Raycons start at just half the price as the other guys. So they're already an incredible deal, even before you factor in their Black Friday offer of up to 30% off site-wide. What really amazes me about these Raycon everyday earbuds, along with the price and the quality itself, they're super versatile. That multi-point connectivity is amazing. So Raycon's everyday earbuds are also available in a variety of vibrant colors, so you don't have to just have the standard issue white or black earbuds sticking out of your ears. For me personally, I think a blue pair of some Raycons would be pretty nice, or maybe some green, jungle hockey themed ones. Now's the perfect time to scoop them up if you haven't already. And don't worry, if you're not as impressed as I am, Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guarantee, so you really can't lose. It's time to save big for Black Friday. Go to buyraycon.com/THPN today to get up to 30% off everything on Raycon's website. When you go to buyraycon.com/THPN. Pleased to bring on our next guest. He had a great junior hockey career with the Ridge Meadows Flames, captaining the team in his 20-year-old season before playing for a year at Simon Fraser University in the BCIHL.
Good, buddy. How are you?
Matt Tyszka. Matt, how you doing?
Yeah, happy to be here, boys.
Good.
Good to have you on, bro. It's good, man.
I was gonna say just kind of jumping in early. What we usually do, just kind of ask your hockey background. Like, how do you first start playing in the first place? Did you have dad, siblings, friends, role models that kind of got you into the game? And
it's kind of funny because I kind of grew up in like the stereotypical European crazy dad household where I was literally had no choice but to play hockey my whole life. So me and my brother were just hashing it out from like the youngest age possible, throwing mini sticks at each other, chucking each other through drywall and stuff. Like it was a crazy childhood, but so my dad put me in hockey, loved it. I was a competitive kid, so it was like kind of a perfect way of growing up. I played Langley minor my whole life, and then selects in the spring, and then ultimately went to Yale, Fraser Valley, went up to Ridge. I was kind of a late bloomer, so I was a smaller, undersized defenseman, so I felt I was getting hit a lot, so I had to learn. My dad put me in every power skating possible, like I was on the ice 24/7. And then went to Ridge, which was a great experience. And then after Ridge, I was lucky enough to play at SFU, which was also unreal. I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome, man. Me and Owen both played selects too. So.
Oh, did you? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Owen was more of a guy than me though. I played for like one or two seasons, spring seasons, but Owen was playing since he was like a kid.
Yeah.
I played for a long time. I played black for the first bit, and then I played blue like the last 3 years. Did you ever have Mike Grant?
Oh yeah, Mike Grant was like over here for Christmas dinners, like growing up and stuff.
No way.
Yeah. No, even my dad hit it off. So
that's hilarious. He was my selects coach. He was I know he was a scout for the Oil Kings at the time too, and he was a great guy. I loved him as a coach. So
yeah, he's very direct.
You play with anyone nasty in when you were younger, like this the selects or even Langley minor, dude? Like
yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, we had like Carter Anderson. You guys probably know him. Josh Williams. Yeah. Cotton was on that. Alex Cotton was on that team. Carter's brother Dylan, who played in Everett. Aiden Della.
Oh yeah, he moved there from Mich.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's a Mission kid. That's right.
Mitchell ran him out of town.
He's a Mission kid. Yeah.
Those teams were kind of loaded. Like we were able to compete with like the winter clubs, and it was always really competitive. But and then obviously played with Gage growing up a lot. You guys know Gage real well.
Oh yeah.
And I would say Gage is probably the best player. But when I went to Yale, I was like skating with Byram and Cozens, and the list goes on of good players. Like it was a pretty cool way of growing up.
Yeah.
Awesome,
no, man. I bet that's insane.
Yeah.
So obviously, like you just said, you grew up in Langley, and then what kind of was the process of choosing to go to Yale? Like, in that year, it's pretty crazy when you're kind of choosing an academy. You probably had, I would assume you had a lot of offers, or maybe that was a little before there was so many teams. Like, what was that kind of like to go to Yale and then your Yale experience?
Well, honestly, like I was kind of just bred into it or baked into it because of selects. Like Brad Rahila was my coach in selects, and he kind of knew the guys that he wanted out of, because I only played blacks. I never played blues. So he was my black selects coach, and he kind of knew the guys that he wanted. So going into tryouts, I mean, I did really good at tryouts, but I have a feeling he kind of already knew the team he wanted. And like I said, I was a late bloomer and I was like really underdeveloped. Like I was 5'3", 105 pounds in grade 9.
Oh, you're tiny.
I was tiny. So I was just getting ragdolled out there. So I was pretty well the grocery stick on that team. Just big morale guy, just sat in the middle of the bench and just did what I could. And that experience was good. I mean, I loved the combination of school and hockey being in the same environment.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I could have benefited more from a middle spot. Like I felt that Yale was maybe a little too much for me, in retrospect.
Right.
But I learned a lot. Probably throwing me in the deep end was also a good thing at the time because I had to learn how to evade hits and 6'3" monkeys coming at me and stuff. But it was ultimately great. I played U16 after that and met a lot of my best friends doing that. And it was great. I loved Yale, but I didn't make the U18 team, so I had to look at Fraser Valley, which ultimately was a good time as well.
I was gonna say you're probably happy you made that decision.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Because we went.
So what? Yeah. I was gonna just ask you, what was that like? Because you're kind of. I played Fraser Valley.
Yeah.
Would have been 2 or 3 seasons later.
Yeah.
So what was it like? Kind of the transition from, CSSHL to I don't know if at the time if it was a side or was it more of a downgrade or what would you think?
It was definitely different. I don't think enough people talk about because the year that I went, it was Peter Hayes' first year, and the budgeting for the team, it was the cheapest hockey my parents had paid for in the last while. So it was definitely different. It was humbling. It was you have these kids that have never really played top level hockey, and Peter was so good at teaching us life lessons, and it wasn't always about hockey. It was about doing the right thing and understanding order of operations. Let's say there's a turnover in the D zone and one guy screws up. You can't point the finger at that guy. You got to just think about what you could have done in that scenario. So
right.
I think it was an unbelievable experience. I would urge everyone to go that route over academy. I feel like academy gives you a little bit of a ego because it's that prestigious league. You know what I mean? And
it's all about the money.
It's all about the money. Yeah, it's disgusting. But Fraser Valley was awesome. Second year, I was we went to the finals, won the finals against Prince George that year, and then the second year I was there, it was a little bit different because we were at Abbey Center, so the prestige came back because we had a sick video room, ice therapy, dead bosses in the room.
I think our year was the last year. My third year was the last year we had that all to ourselves.
It's so nice,
right? But it's unbelievable, man. It was made up.
And there's a kitchen, it's in American Hockey League dressing room, and it's a bunch of 15, 16, 17-year-olds in there.
Yeah.
It's just not real.
We were fucking around so much. Oh my god!
You guys had a gym in there, right?
How jealous I was, dude.
Yeah, they moved. You know that room that connects? You go past the skate sharpener, and then there's that room in there. They put a bunch of racks in there, and then we had weights in there. We were working out.
Okay, good.
It was during COVID, right? So a little hush hush, but we weren't advertising it, but we were pretty much still taking the precautions. But we were we were pretty blessed. We were pretty blessed.
Because when I was there was no gym, so we had a trainer come in. We're just doing military workouts in there, push-ups and dips on a little chair. And
you guys ever do the run around the the loop? The concourse.
I don't think we did. We did a lot of sprinting in there though. We didn't do an actual laps. I don't remember.
Did you guys have? Was it Daryl, or was it before Daryl? Who was your trainer?
Oh. No, it was before Daryl. I had Daryl at Fraser Valley, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because we practiced out of Summit Center before Yale took it over. And he was the Summit Center trainer upstairs or whatever. He's hilarious. He's awesome.
I still get a text from him every once in a while.
Do you? That's your guy.
Yeah.
It's funny. maybe talk a little bit more about your experience with the Thunderbirds. Like, I believe you guys won the championship was it your first year or your second year there?
My technical for rookie year in Major Midget, I was at Yale. So second year, I was 16, and we went to the finals. We beat Prince George, which was unreal. Like we didn't. Before that, Fraser Valley had won one playoff series in their entire existence, if I'm not wrong. And then we would go out to win it, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, we go. Yeah, I swear we lost like 2 games all regular season or something like that. And then we go to the finals, play Prince George at MSA, and we just got piss pounded. Like, dude, Prince George, I don't know if you remember, they're just robots. Like, they just run through a system.
Was that?
That was Joe. That was the year we were in minor midget.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was there.
Okay,
I remember watching because me and who were the 2 goalies? Who was the guy? We got a goalie from Prince George because we picked him up, and then there was the guy who was affiliated with Chilliwack. What was his name? Peltier.
Peltier was the starter, and then
and then
something Craig. I forget his first name.
Oh, what Krager? What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we'd have goalie skates with them every week, so I was like basically buddies with them, and like, you guys got to come watch. So I think we had most of the team there. I actually remember watching that game.
Yeah, and we had
heartbreak.
LT and Cale Taylor for our second round series against Kelowna. And I remember that game went to like 5 overtimes or something, and Kale and LT hadn't played in 4 periods. So Peter's like, screw it, send these guys out. And they had so much energy. I was like laughing on the bench because they're just buzzing around, hitting everyone. They ended up scoring the game winner. And they're just like, you guys know LT, right?
Yeah. LT was on my
Well, I know of him, but
he's just a clown. Like his personality's hilarious, so he was just laughing. Like it was an awesome experience. It was hilarious.
Yeah. And then that first year, that was with Plett, Stoltz, and Conrad were all on that team, right?
They played Michigan.
Yeah.
No, those guys are great.
They're good guys.
Yeah, they are all good guys.
They were insane.
Yeah, I was kind of scared when they joined Mission because I was like, "Oh shit, we gotta play these fuckers again."
You guys were such a wagon.
Well, we picked up Mulder too in the COVID year as well, so we were gonna have all 4 of those guys. It was insane, and then COVID shut us down. But so that was unfortunate, but that's cool. You got to play with all those guys.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
And then, you finish up with Fraser Valley, and how do you end up making the decision to go to Ridge? Did you try and look elsewhere before that, or was Ridge did they recruit you from the start, or how'd that go?
Yeah, so Beener reached out to me, like, it was pretty early. He reached out to Peter, and then Peter pulled me and Hark actually into his office and said, "Hey, Ridge is looking at you guys, blah, blah, blah. Derek wants to meet with you. You should go out to a game, et cetera, just kind of basic stuff, how things go." And I was looking at Port Alberni because I was talking to them, and they switched coaches that offseason. So I went to their camp, and I was kind of an idiot. I thought I had to like do way more than I probably did to make that team. Like I was like going after top guys, like just doing dumb stuff. Like I have a battle drill in the corner. It's like their number 1 forward, and I'm just trying to ragdoll this guy for no reason. And the coaches obviously probably didn't like that. And so I got canned pretty quickly. I go back home. I call Beener. I'm like, "Yeah, that didn't work out." And he's like, "Hey, right on. Come on in." And then, I go to Ridge. Ridge was they accepted me with open arms. They all they're really good guys over there. Like Beener's should win GM of the year every year, in my opinion. Like he's a solid dude. Like nothing bad to say about him. Their whole organization's awesome, really. Like it was great.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice. I know. I mean, you guys had some pretty good teams too in your time in Ridge, especially that last year. Do you maybe kind of want to just talk about your playoff run and how that that whole year kind of shook down, your 20 year?
Yeah, so 20 year, it was like go time, and Beaner knew it. He's like, I think he pulled me in early in the year. He's like, this is it. Like, you gotta create a good culture. Like, our team wasn't unreal at the beginning. He built that team probably 3 years prior with me, Amsler, Denny, Rose, myself. And he knew that when the 01s were 20s, that was the time to go. So when we turned 20, he went and got a bunch of pieces like Shootin', Beachy, Nick Yu, Fraser, like the list goes on. We
Stephens?
had who?
Oh, was Stephens one of them?
Yeah, Stephens was there as well from North Van.
Yeah.
But we had 13 20 bombs on that team.
That was crazy.
Yeah, so there's 7 players when the season was done. So he's like throwing all of his chips. I don't know how much he paid to get Shootin', but I know it was a lot. Because Shootin's 2 goals a game, no problem. That guy's auto.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my 20 bomb year was awesome. Being the captain was an honor. I had a ton of fun. And our rookie group was great too, because those guys are still there, like Ravenstein, LaGrange, Muck. I think I've heard Muck say 10 words in his life. If you guys have ever met him. No, he literally doesn't talk. It's so funny.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
And then, so at the end of the day, it was pretty heartbreaking losing to Langley. And I'm from Langley, so it hurt even more. And my best friend, Brendan O'Grady, was the captain. So I still hear about it here and there. Like, I'll chirp him and he'll just say 4-0. And yeah, but it was I still think about that series sometimes because it's like just nothing went our way. I remember giving Beachy a pass on the so there was a defensive zone face-off, right corner, win the draw. I roll the net, make the pass to Beachy on the wall. He makes a play. He had no time. He had like 12 seconds, half a millisecond to make a play. And then it was an icing, so the puck comes back to the same corner, win the draw again. I hold on to it for an extra second, and then I give it to him. I'm like, okay, he'll have more time to make a play. And then he just gets smothered and ruined on the wall. Like, it was just Langley had this play style that just literally ate us apart. We had no time at all. I was doing shit that I probably would never do just because I didn't know what to do. Like, it was just they were coming at us. We just got steamrolled. They played unreal. Their goalie played unreal. Like, we just had no shot. And I'm glad they won because I think they deserved it.
Yeah, they did better.
Yeah. So that was tough.
That was the year Langley. Did they win the Cyclone as well?
Yeah, they did in Delta.
Yeah, they beat us in the first round too.
Yeah,
that would have been
good,
the year we
were
there. Well, we were there. We played against them.
Oh yeah.
I was in Revelstoke at the time. That would have been my 18 year in Revy.
I think if I had to play for one KI team, it would have been Revy.
Yeah, really?
Carter Anderson was there. You played with Carter, did you?
I think he was a year before. Was he 2000?
He's an 01.
He's an 01. He might have moved on.
Oh no, he moved. Yeah, that's right. He went to the MJ or SJ. I don't remember the name.
I think so. But yeah, no, Revy was very similar structure wise to Fraser Valley, where they focus on kind of culture and who they're bringing in more so, and like doing shit the right way.
Yeah.
Instead of, being flair and
we
didn't even have I don't think we had a guy over a point per game that year. Maybe we had one.
That's how.
And it was like we still won the year. We still won the league, so that was
next
good.
Man up kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, and then obviously your junior career comes to an end, and how does it end up? You going to SFU? Did you have other offers from other schools? Like, what made you decide to go there? And then how crazy was it? I mean, that was kind of the first year where they started to travel a lot and play against some of these like high level teams as well. And what was that kind of like for you to do?
It was fucking awesome. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. It was a transition for sure. Like the Beast. So we were like a hybrid. So actually, I'll backtrack. So getting into SFU was a bit of a chess match. I honestly didn't commit. I didn't write my letter of intent till I want to say like early August. Like I was late. So because I wrote that so late, getting into classes, as you know, Owen, it was just an absolute shit show.
That would be a nightmare.
So I'm texting my coach. I'm like, just put me in a program. I got to get into 3 classes by the time September hits, or I'm cookied here. Like I had no plan. The job I was doing was like installing workout equipment. Like it was I was in a pinch. I needed to find a place to play hockey and go to school. I went and toured a school in St. Louis called Maryville. And
no way.
Yeah, so I was thinking about going there. So no, it was a cool experience. I've never been to Missouri before, so it was cool. It was fun. I had a good time with all the guys, like meeting everyone, and it was cool. I just didn't think it was the right fit, so I just kind of moved on from it. And then I didn't really have SFU yet, but I got a call from Mark, and Mark was like, "Yeah, we're looking for a D-man spot." I'm like, "Okay, sick." And then I asked him about scholarships, and he basically told me to wipe my ass with them, like there's no shot. So I was like, okay, well, SFU is not that expensive. The hockey was relatively cheap. It was like pennies, basically, from what I'm used to from like junior and stuff. But SFU was awesome. Like the travel was such a cool. Like we went to Alaska twice. This past year was even better. But we went to Alaska twice. We actually beat Anchorage 1-0.
That's crazy.
And the fans,
I saw the highlight of that.
Yeah, the fans there were nuts. Like anytime I look at the glass, I'm getting a double bird from someone in the crowd. Like, and before the game starts, we're doing like our little lap before the anthem, and there's a guy. He had to have been like 40 beers deep in the stands, holding a portable speaker above his head, even though there was music going on in the crowd, like one of those big ass ones, like a bomb above his head.
Like carrying the boombox around.
Literally. And we ended up winning, and we played perfect. I don't think they played their best. Their coach was pissed, and our coach was pumped. Like the facility there was unreal.
Yeah.
Alaska is a weird place though. Like it was dark by
I was gonna say wintertime probably, eh?
Yeah, it was really eerie, and like I would never want to play there. Like I would feel like
imagine the travel, dude.
Yeah, it's wild.
That would be the craziest part. Yeah,
I think that would be probably the worst part. Yeah,
but no, it was really cool. The BCHL games were.
I was gonna say, how do you go from playing Anchorage to going back to play VIU or whatever?
Luckily for VIU, they were one of the better teams, but it was still like.
Or like Logan Lake.
Oh my god, dude! Logan Lake, like I had like a teammate who would have like a bag of Skittles and a Lunchable before those games, just because it was so bad. Like I don't even know how. And for Logan Lake, I don't know how you can get players. Like it's such a tough location. Like and getting kids to commute on like a Saturday night while they're in college, like. But that rink, I don't know if you guys have ever played there. Probably not.
I did like when I was a kid for selects one year, but a long time.
I don't think I ever had the opportunity to experience that.
You're lucky. This rink, I don't even know how it's physically possible for the puck to bounce off the boards the way it does there. It's literally a trampoline. I couldn't even give you a description on how bad it was. Like I could probably shoot the puck from the sidewall back to the sidewall and hit the other sidewall like 3 times, 3 iterations of going like this.
Is it normal sized?
It's actually Olympic sized. It was the weirdest
so
thing
it's extra
ever.
wide.
And I swear they didn't have any like refrigeration in there. It was just the temperature from outside, because sometimes we go there, the ice is soft. Sometimes we go there, it's just bricks. Like it was the weirdest. Oh my god, it was horrible. I really didn't want to play those games, but
fair enough.
Yeah, it was so going from Anchorage to play Logan Lake, I think we actually did that once. And it's hard to even get used to playing Anchorage when you're used to playing. Like you just run over those teams. Like
I was gonna say it's similar to our league where we'll win. Like for example, this last weekend we played a highly ranked team. Like we played a team that was like probably top 25 in the league, and it was like a competitive game. Like we played 4-2, both games we won. But the weekend before, we played like bottom 5 ranked team, and I think we beat them 12-1 and 10-0 or something, or 10-1. And it's just like going week to week like that is fucking impossible.
It's so hard, and like those games you probably don't even want to start, right? It's just
no, dude. I was like, I played the first game and I lost my shutout with like 2 minutes left. I was fucking choked. But yeah, then coach comes up to me after the game. He's like, "Yeah, we probably don't." I'm like, "Don't play me. It's all good. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I can sit. I'm all right sitting on the bench.
I'll just hang out with the guys, right?
Yeah, I can chill out. Yeah, I'll chill out.
And just enjoy Chicago.
Sounds good, bro. Yeah, enjoy Chicago. We weren't even in Chicago, man. We'll get into that, but we weren't even in Chicago. We were like by the airport.
Oh,
it's like 45 minutes outside of town. I was kind of choked.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you probably had some. Well, you probably had some really pretty cool travel doing that and stuff, right? Like, you see some cool
a little
cities.
bit. I haven't really experienced it. I haven't really experienced it that much yet. We're a first-year program, so we just went to Grand Rapids this last weekend.
Okay.
You know where that is in Michigan?
Yeah.
But yeah,
you're going to Alabama,
dude.
Right?
You've been to Missouri.
Yeah.
You've been to Missouri. What do you think of the landscape?
I kind of like that shit, to be honest with you.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I like kind of prairie, like it being outdoorsy, so I didn't mind it. But if you're going to
it's like the prairies with a shit ton of trees.
Yeah, if you're going to sightsee, you're not going to Missouri. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. So. We went to some cool cities. Like we drove past, we went through Nebraska, like Omaha. We drove past like Nebraska Omaha's rink, and it was fucking massive. And we saw like the big O on there and stuff. We saw some cool shit, but we haven't really had, like, Chicago was like the one cool spot we were all pumped for, and then we just end up we're in like this hotel that's like 35 minutes from downtown. Can't even Uber downtown, even if you want to, right? Like, it sucks.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited because once we play some higher end teams, we'll go to some cooler cities and stuff. We'll do like a showcase maybe, and like maybe go to New York or whatever. Be fun.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh, what were we talking about? I forget.
No, nothing. I was just gonna say, well, I mean, after your year at SFU, how do you kind of, what kind of went on from there, and how have you kind of transitioned just with life as a whole right now?
Well, honestly, like, people talk about life without hockey, how different it is, and you ask anybody, it's a kind of a lost feeling, because you're used to doing the same shit all the time. You're on the ice, whatever, many times a week, and like it's a mental thing. But I found as long as I put my energy into something else, like another sport, like I got really into golf, I got really into the gym, and like just making sure that I'm staying active and busy and competitive, because golf, like when I go golfing, I'll shit talk my friends because that's my competitive outlet, right? So like I'd probably still lose, but it's worth fighting for, right? But
we're chirping the boys, yeah.
Oh yeah. And so that, I mean, everyone's different. I've had buddies who like get completely lost and don't know what to do with themselves and get a shitty job and just hate it. But I felt that my experience was pretty okay. But
nice. That's good.
Yeah. No, it was good.
I was gonna say Owen talked about it a little bit earlier too. I'm not looking forward to that. That point done? Of when it's finished, because even now it's just college is just extending it 4 years more.
Absolutely. And then maybe you want to go to Europe too, because you totally could, right?
Yeah,
dude, 100%. That's the dream, man. I don't even know if that's in the cards yet, but we'll see.
Oh, maybe might open that door.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet, but with the rule change, the CHL thing, who knows what this league's gonna look like?
That's really exciting. Like, I know from like my brother played in the Dub in Seattle, and
we forgot to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was talking about how it's kind of it's a huge blessing for those guys, because they don't have to go to like shit. Like, would you rather go play in Wisconsin or University of Regina? You know what I mean? Like, there's some better options now. You're not restricted to like 10 schools in the west side of Canada, or like it's just it's going to
That's
open
right.
so many more doors, and I think it's awesome. I think it should have been done a long time ago.
For sure.
It's going to fuck some leagues like the BCHL. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
It's all fucked.
Yeah,
it's the BCHL still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it has Alberta teams in it now. Like Brooks is there, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 Alberta teams, but it's still the BCHL.
Okay. Because I think that league might take a hit from it, and then the American leagues will take a hit.
Yeah.
But I think they should.
Shit.
Yeah, I think like it shouldn't be the end of the road when you turn 20 in the dub. You know what I mean? Look, that's what it kind of turns into.
That's true. Completely. That's kind of the split off when you're choosing. You know, like you want to go junior A if you want to play college, or you want to go the dub if you want to, you know.
Yeah, but the incentive for the dub was U Sports or CHL in general is that you get that free schooling. So my brother signed when he was
Canadian uni.
When he was 15, so he got an extra year. So he didn't play his 20 year, and he still got, I think it was 5 years total of schooling paid for. Yeah, which is pretty sick.
That's unreal. It's pretty good.
But the shitty thing too is a lot of those dub guys don't even want to go to like the reason you go to the dubs because you hate school, you know.
Yeah,
exactly. You're not. Yeah,
like, there's a lot of dummies out there. Respectfully.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not school guys. Not school smart.
Not school
hockey
guys.
players.
Yeah, hockey smart.
Yeah, not school guys.
But
fair enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have a lot else to ask about hockey wise. Joe, did you want to ask about his brother there? I mean, you were talking about earlier your competitiveness with your brother as a kid and getting to, you know, go at each other from a young age. So what was it like just growing up with him? And I don't know, Joe, do you have anything more to add there?
No, I was gonna say how far, I forget, I don't even know how far he made it, but I know he played in the dub.
Yeah,
so just said, and
he played Seattle and then got drafted to Montreal. And then he got his shit rocked in the Montreal camp. It was like an inter-squad game against Toronto. I don't know if you guys saw the clip, but it's pretty gross. And so he went to, so when he was in Montreal, he got put into like a hotel room where they can monitor him, like make sure that he wasn't completely out. And like he got stretchered off the ice. Like my parents were there, but it was definitely an eerie situation. Like he was not okay. Like it was pretty gross, and he had like neck issues and pretty bad concussions.
It was
all him in a
like mental, like all with his head.
Yeah, it was all head. So when he has that injury, Montreal's put him in a hotel room, and this is just what my brother kind of said is that that was one of the worst parts about it because he was stuck there for like 3 weeks, and like that's 21 days doing nothing. Like he couldn't look at a screen. It was just a dark room. It's a prison cell once you get to like that point, you know what I mean? So that really, really sucked for him. When he came home, he was pumped. And then ended up going to Seattle, got invited to Dallas's camp, went to Dallas's rookie camp because he eventually got dropped by Montreal, went to Dallas's rookie camp. And then rookie camp's over. They invited him back to Maine, and he just hit his wall. He was like, "I'm done. I can't do it." And my dad kept kind of poking him, kept pushing him a little bit, but he didn't budge at all. He's like, "I don't feel like." And then Jared goes to UBC, and he's so fucking hockey smart. It's ridiculous. He was able to change his game to protect his head. Like he went from a guy who was first in the corner to a guy who was second in the corner and just knew how to strip a puck off a guy. Like
he wins the puck. Wins the puck in the corner.
He's so smart, and growing up, he was always bigger than me. Like when I told you I was 5'3", 100 pounds in grade 9.
Yeah.
When he was going to the dub, so what was that, grade 11, he was 6'2" and a half, 190 something pounds.
He got all the
size. I just hit it late. But yeah, so growing up with him was awesome. It was just an absolute bloodbath in the basement. And like I have videos of us.
You and Rylan on.
Yeah.
I have videos of us when we're kids and we're like playing street hockey, and I get caught with an elbow, like completely harmless. Just these things happen, and I just lose my shit. I'm like punching him in the back, putting him in a headlock. Everyone's got road rash on their knees because it's just a bloodbath. Yeah, I definitely had a huge temper as a kid, so that's probably where most of it came from.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of just got one more thing to ask. Joe, you got anything else you want to?
I think I'm good, man. I think I've touched on pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's been good. So I'll just finish off. Do you just have any either a best chirp you ever heard in your hockey playing career, or just a must tell story from whether it was junior, before, after, just any must tell hockey related story from your career?
Oh, those are good questions. Best chirp. I've heard some crazy shit on the ice. Like, I'm sure you both have. Like,
I got to say, the guy with the boombox is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that one was funny.
In fucking warm up, that's pretty funny. It doesn't have to be chirp. It's like a hocky story or something.
Yeah, I think whatever. Honestly, the best chirp that I got was every fan in Anchorage giving me a double bird whenever I look at the glass. Like those, and that's just Americans for you. Like just fuck you energy. Like I don't care who you are. You're nothing.
Ultimate competitiveness.
Best story though was probably rookie dinner in junior. When I was a rookie, I got absolutely hosed in rookie dinner. Like I knew when I was a vet, I am going all out. Like there's nothing holding me back. So we went to town hall in Ridge, and it was around Halloween. So all the vets were like, "Hey, we're dressing the rookies up in Halloween costumes." So I go to Value Village and I get the smallest onesies possible for my two rookies, and they can't even zip the thing up. Like it's going to here. And we had one kid in a Super Mario, like Toad from Super Mario. He was wearing that. There was one guy who was a full pumpkin, and I remember we're just like racking the bill up. I think it was like $1,700, and end of the night, I'm like, "Fuck this! I'm getting a bottle of champagne." So I got a bottle of champagne, and I could see probably a dickhead move. I'm the captain. I ordered a fucking bottle of champagne, and all the rookies were just absolutely choked. But it was that's those memories, man. Like you just can't pass them up, and that's just junior hockey. And I'm sure both you guys know that shit. It's just like it's such a fun experience. What's that?
I said makes you who you are.
Absolutely. It's like I wouldn't trade those memories for anything. Like it was so much fun.
Yeah. There's not a lot better than rookie dinner. Who are your rookies?
My rookies
you dressed up.
I had Liam Farrell.
Oh yeah, yeah, we know Farrell.
Yeah. And I had Adam Leach, who went and played in.
He's in the
Calgary right now.
Yeah.
He's fucking good, man. Like,
he's a stud.
Yeah, he is a stud. But those guys were good spirits. There's a couple guys who weren't too pumped about it, but
What was the split? What did it end up being at the end?
I think we had at the beginning of the year we had like 8 or 9 rookies. So whatever 1,700 divided by 8 or 9 is. So that's a tough balance, but it's not horrible. It could be worse.
Yeah, it's not. It could be worse. I was gonna say it could be worse. I think ours was 2,200, but we had 12 rookies.
I was gonna say my 20 year, ours was like I think just over $2,000, but I think we had 15, 16, 17 rookies there. It was insane. So
it wasn't that bad for them.
Yeah,
they're still choked. Whatever.
One thing I wanted to touch base on is when I watched the podcast you guys did with Beener, he didn't really talk about my year and then rolling into the following year and going to the finals. Mm-hmm. Well, he kind of did, but he didn't talk about getting all those players. Dude, when I say Beener deserves GM of the year every year, it's just for that fucking reason. We had 13 20s, and he somehow put the following team to the finals. Like that doesn't make sense.
Game 7 overtime too.
What's that?
Yeah, you guys.
It's Game 7 overtime as well.
Like
you stacked up one year and then didn't give away any assets.
Like it's crazy.
That's a good point.
We had not no future, but there's no depth on that team. It was like 5, 6, 7 guys, and then that was it. And he somehow pieced together a great team. Like it's crazy. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, it's insane. Well, I don't have anything else. Matt, you got anything else for us, or
should we wrap this thing up? Probably.
I think I'm good, boys.
Awesome. Well,
good,
obviously, thank you so much for coming on. That was a great interview. Pretty cool career. Lots of great stories. Just thank you so much for your time. It was great.
No
Joe?
worries, boys.
Yeah, appreciate it. No, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate you coming on.
Good.
Be good.
Thanks,
Awesome.
boys.
The 2024-2025 NHL season still has that new car smell, and the action is heating up at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. It is super easy for first-timers to get started at DraftKings Sportsbook. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ice.
Thank you so much to Matt Tyszka for joining us for that interview. Obviously, a pretty crazy career, lots of great stories, and interesting to hear about his brother's career and perspective and what happened there. Are some unfortunate injuries, but the way he was able to change his game to lengthen his career a little bit. So, now that we talked about that, let's probably get into our next week here.
The power rankings have not changed very much. Princeton's on the only thing that switched, I think, is Princeton is now first. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Merritt dropped down to second. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10 there. The McLeod effect's coming up clutch. And then Beaver Valley makes the list here, 7-2-1 in their last 10. Revelstoke as well, 7-2-1, and then Grand Forks makes a debut at the. I don't know if they've been on the power. Maybe they have. They might have been. They're 7-3 in their last 10. As for the standings, not a whole lot has gone on in the Revelstoke, Princeton, Merritt division. The Bill Olhausen. Princeton's running away with this right now. They're 17-2. I think en route for another possible President's Cup. Revelstoke has 4 games in hand. They're 11-3. But I don't know. Something seems off this year. I think it's just going to be have to settle for second place.
Joey's not there.
Yeah, maybe. It's because I'm not there. No, I think maybe have to settle for second place. If Princeton doesn't start to lose some games here real quick. Merritt's still up there. They're 1 point ahead of Revelstoke, but Revelstoke has 4 games in hand, like I said. Revy sitting in third, Sicky in fourth, a close fourth. Only 2 points off Revy, but Revy still has 3 games in hand on them. And then Oso and Kelowna round out the bottom there. Oso just picked up a dub goalie. I don't know if you saw that, Owen.
I did see that. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Which was surprising because I figured just because of how close they were, you'd go to Spokane. But I mean, Spokane is 1-14, so I guess it does make sense. We'll move on to that division. The Neil and Murdoch, Beaver Valley and Grand Forks are going at it right now. 26 and 25 points respectively, and then Nelson on 22 points as well. It looks like it could go down to the wire in that division. Seagar and Spokane are at the bottom, but Castlegar is considerably higher than Spokane. They're 6-7. Spokane's 1-14. Move over to Eddie Mountain. Kimbo looks solid this year. They've slipped up a little bit, but they're looking real solid. By the way, the first time I've ever seen Tristan Wheel not on the first page of the points totals. So last year's he won MVP last year, right? I said that.
Yeah.
Last year's MVP not in the top 20 in points, which is just wild. And they're still top of the div. So, I mean, doing real solid.
He'll get back there.
Fernie is sneaky. Fernie's going to be up there. They've still only played 15 games. They're 8-4. However, I just see them coming second in this division. I'm not gonna lie. I think I predicted that, but and then we got Columbia Valley is currently in second. They have Fernie has 4 games in hand on them. They're only 4 points behind. And then Creston and then Golden at the bottom. Both kind of battling to make the playoffs here. They're both within 2 points of each other. And then finally, the new Doug Burke's division is still close as ever. Chase with 3 games in hand. They are 4 points back. No, 6 points back of 100 Mile, who's in first with 11-8. It's weird to see 100 Mile at the top of the of a division, but I'm here for it. Kamloops, yeah,
You've been here for it all year.
We've been all about 100 Mile. Kamloops is slipping up a little bit. I don't really know what's going on in Kamloops. Ander needs to figure it out. Maybe we haven't really heard. I saw one of their players. They made an in-division trade to trade that guy that made the comments about Revy. You see that?
Oh, was that the definition?
He got traded to Chase in division after his comments about Revelstoke in the intermission there.
So he's not going to be there for the New Year's game? Dude.
I was so disappointed,
Come on.
man. I was ready to see him throw down at center ice.
Wait, was that
I don't know.
Hurt,
I actually don't
know.
He must still be hurt, or he must have said something or done something dumb to get traded. Because he's a solid hockey player. I thought he was a decent hockey player, but I don't know. But yeah, I think that's
yeah, he's back. Dude, he's back. He has 3 points in 15 games.
Maybe he's just not taking it seriously anymore. Who knows?
Yeah, he was good last year.
Really good last year. He's a good player for them in the playoffs, dude. He's a big body, throws it around, like knows what he's doing. Langdon is still holding on the top, although he is slowing down slightly. He does have 19 goals in 19 games in the KI, which is amazing. He's already almost at a 20 goals. But yeah, he hasn't picked up an assist in a while. He's got 19 goals and 13 assists for 32 points. He's currently tied with Levi Astil with 2 less games played for Astil. 32 points, 14 goals and 18 assists for him. Brayson Dubé on Kamloops, 12 goals and 17 assists for 29 points in 20 games. And then Taylor Haggerty has slowly climbed up the list now. I told you to watch out for this guy. Still only played 15 games, unfortunately. But 12 goals and 15 assists in 15 games for 27 points. I just don't see that guy slowing down. Like, he's so consistent. And then rounding out the top 5 is Ethan Davey, which is unreal for me. Like, I played against this guy for 3 years. He's a shithead. Mixes it up constantly. And I figured because the visors would come out, like, he would start to, like, chill out a little bit. I guess he's more focused on putting up points this year. Because, holy shit, 27 points in 21 games for top 5 in the league. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. And then we have one new rookie I want to talk about from Merritt. 2, actually.
Yeah,
2, actually.
This guy.
Sam Gianguilano. This guy.
Yeah, him. Holy
24
shit,
points in 20 games for Merritt. That's good for second among rookies. The only one who's better is that Asher Lucas guy that we were talking about last episode. Sneaky dub pick on Williams Lake there. Yeah, this guy's been getting it done for Merritt recently. Second in rookie scoring now. Only behind Asher Lucas. So keep your eyes out on him. I think he got a star of the week the other week. He's been doing real solid. Maybe a sleeper pick for rookie of the year here.
Nice one. I like it, buddy. I like
and then another one is Stephen Foster on Merritt as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. He played against Ridge last year. He dude, when he was APing for Ridge, it's funny because Jack Foster was one of Ridge's best players last year, and I went to one of the games he was APing, and I was like,
yeah,
he looked, dude, like Stephen Foster. He looked so nasty. I was like, did fucking Jack Foster change his number for playoffs? Like, what's going on? I was so confused. But yeah,
so
that Stephen Foster gets nasty, and I know that Wes had him on the T-Birds the year before, so you get like nice coaching familiarity there too. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's sick.
That's good.
Smooth skater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
that all you got?
That's all I got. Oh, yeah, and we touched on it earlier. The first time I haven't seen Tristan Wheel on the first page. We were saying he'll be back up there, but 21 points in 20 games is really unlike him. But watch out for him in the second half to pop off here, keep getting it going here. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have for the KI. Do I need to read out the stars of the week? I might as well, eh?
Yeah, do it.
So we got two Princeton pain. This gives me pain. Two Princeton Posse players for forward and D-men, Justice Lowen and Grady Sterling-Ponick. 6 points in 2 games for Justice Lowen. That's 3 goals and 3 assists. And then Grady had 1 goal and 2 assists for 2 points. One goal and 2 assists for 3 points in 2 games. And then Holdziski had a massive game, a 42 save shutout for Kamloops in the absence of Fife, who went to the All-Star game. Not the All-Star game, the Prospects game. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, buddy. So onto the BIJHL. I mean, obviously last week we had Jake Ebner on for an interview, and Kerry Park has not slowed down. They are such a wagon. They are just trucking along. They're still in third in their division. Excuse me. They're still third in their division with 32 points and 21 games played. West Shore ahead of them with 35 points, but they have a game at hand on West Shore. Peninsula in first with 36, and Peninsula has a game at hand on Kerry Park. After that, there's a bit of a gap before Victoria, who's a 500 team, and then after that, you get Saanich at the bottom. As for the other division, Port Alberni, Campbell Rivers in first, Port Alberni 1 point back with the same amount of games played, and then Nanaimo 3 games to play, but there's a bit of a gap now between Port Alberni and them. So looks like Nanaimo's probably going to end up in third in this division. Comox has been playing a little bit better. They've pulled back ahead of Lake Cowichan, but Lake Cowichan back in the mix. They're still going to be trying to overtake Comox throughout the rest of this season. So we'll see where that one goes. And then Oceanside's a lost cause already as well. As for the scorers, like we talked about it quite a bit with Jake, but Kerry Park's first line, holy shit, they haven't stopped. 24 goals and 23 assists in 21 games for Carson Brown. That's a 2.24 points per game. Second in the league, his line mate, Jacob Morrison, 17 goals, 22 assists for 39 points in 21 games. Third in the league, shout out Brody Lindahl on Nanaimo with 33 points in 19 games. Then you get the Port Alberni rookies, Liam Smith, 32 points in 22 games, and Sean Richards, 31 points in 23 games. And then you get West Shore's captain, Zion Lavoie, 31 points in 22 games. His line mates, Parker Atkinson, has 29 points, and Jackson Campbell, his other line mate, has 25 points, but Campbell's only played 19 games. And then the third member of that Kerry Park first line, Joby Pearson, 27 points in 13 games played. He's 8th in the league. He only played 13 games. I will say, Joby's points per game slowed down a tad since he got there. Carson Brown's has not changed a bit. He's been rolling at this 2.24, 2.2-ish clip all year long. Still over a goal per game. Only guy in the league who's doing it. I mean, that's pretty much your basic VI recap. But we got to talk about this NCAA rule change. And not only have we seen an insane amount of commitments from the WHL to D1, 19 players have now left from the BCHL and signed in the CHL. Since that vote has happened. So the BCHL called an emergency meeting the other day. Not sure what they talked about, but the BCHL is absolutely fucking bleeding. And from what we're hearing, the 19 players that have left so far, there is still many, many more to come. After
many more. Yeah.
Many more. And the USHL is having the exact same thing happen to them.
It's weird, isn't it? Don't you find it weird when the dub teams announce like signings, they're like, BU commit signs with
Yeah.
whatever, blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, that's not supposed to mix, isn't it? And then you're like,
I
oh
know.
wait,
It's like a dub team in the middle of the season randomly signs a BCHL player committed to a D1 school is a very
It's
unnatural looking
crazy.
thing.
It's crazy. I saw Everett signed a goalie the other day, and it was like fuck, I don't know where. I think it was like Bemidji State commit 06 signs with Everett. Just like fuck, like
I know, dude.
it's
crazy.
It's the BCHL's cooked.
Yeah, they're bleeding. I do feel for the kids who are there right now. I don't know what's gonna happen for the rest of the season because when everyone starts jumping ship, then everyone else is gonna panic and want to jump ship themselves.
It's
a really scary situation, and I really feel for all the kids and the staff who obviously had nothing to do with this situation, and for the ones who did cause this situation, I mean, you're really getting what you deserve now. This is on you, and hopefully that those people who deserve to be held accountable take the fall, and that none of the kids or staff members who had nothing to do with this end up getting hurt. You don't want to see shitty things happen to good people, but I mean, if some shitty people get some karma, that's not the end of the world. So
yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it was pretty obvious that this was going to happen, but I didn't expect it to happen this quick. I didn't think everyone was just going to jump ship from the BCHL right away. But yeah, it's crazy. And it's actually having a bit of a trickle-down effect to the VI because the VI is basically the BCHL's affiliate. So all these kids are getting called up. I saw Cowichan's goalie started for Surrey the other night and played great. All these VI kids are getting opportunity from this, but it's good for the VI in the short run. I mean, it might kind of going to take away from those VI rosters too, I guess. But
yeah, that's right.
We'll see what happens. It's a crazy situation. It's unprecedented.
What I was talking about when it comes down to it. The junior leagues are going to get more watered down, and all the best players are going to be in the CHL. And I just think, I don't know. I think that's what we're staring down the barrel here, and it's like you didn't want to believe it was going to happen, but it's happening. Like it's I don't know. I don't know how the BCHL can keep going at this current pace, like with the amount of guys that are leaving. Yeah, even insane. Guys are like the guys that got in from Ontario are going back home. The guys that came in from Quebec, they're going back to the Q, going back to the O. It's really not. Do you know how many guys have left from the U show?
I don't know the numbers of guys who have left the U show, just the numbers for the BCHL, but I'm assuming it's
the same issue. I'm the same issue, man. It's not good. And, financially, how much longer can these teams keep going before, they start looking like, okay, maybe we're big enough to join the dub. Maybe we're big enough to join, I don't know, wherever, right? Like, it's like, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be like Merit, where they're going to have to go somewhere else where they're more financially stable. Like teams like, teams like Powell River, Prince George, Cowichan, teams that aren't, the most financially strong are going to be the ones that suffer first.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly kind of feel like the solution is going to be once like most of the guys are leave, they're going to be like, they might have to like pause the season and just let guys go and then literally just liquidate a few teams and spread their players out to have enough and then just have, I don't know, fucking 12, 16, however many teams they end up with.
It's going to be sad, man.
I know.
Some people are going to lose their jobs. It's not good.
No, that's the shitty part, right? You don't want to see any of that, but.
You think they're just going to bring in more foreign guys? Like maybe, to fill the spots?
Try, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what they do to fill spots, right? Like, especially with them being unsanctioned.
Exactly. It's now, like, these guys are going to... I guess they can still go to the CHL from the BCHL. Do you think it comes a CHL feeder? Like a farm system? Or do you think they get on their knees and start begging to go back to the CJ?
They're not going back to the CJ. No, I think the BCHL is done, and the teams in it are either going to be folding or joining a new league. They're done.
How long do you give it?
2 years.
2?
Yeah, like this year and the year after that, and it's done. Maybe 3. Maybe 3.
Wow.
Like, it depends. It depends.
Man.
Like, you never know what's going to happen. They might pull something crazy we don't know about that's going to save them, right? Like,
it's true. They will, and there's no doubt that they will. They'll have to.
yeah, unless all the big dogs jump ship and go to the dub.
Yeah, how many teams do you think can go to the dub?
3. I think everyone knows who the 3 are.
Chile, Penn.
One more. Think about market size.
Victoria already has a team. Is it on the island?
Yeah.
Nanaimo?
Yeah.
What about Brooks?
Yeah? Sorry, I was thinking like British Columbia, but yeah, I can see Brooks doing that too.
Because Brooks is BCHL too, right?
Brooks
or
definitely,
Black
yeah,
Falls.
Brooks
what about Black Falls?
definitely. Brooks could definitely go to the dub.
What about Black Falls?
I don't know much
They're
about them.
brand new everything. Huge rink.
Oh, really? Maybe that
Yeah,
too.
huge rink. Yeah, they're like the expansion team to the AJ a couple years ago.
I don't know geographically how that would work though. Like, is Black Falls near anything?
They're in, it's kind of in between Calgary and Edmonton. I gotta look it up. Actually, I don't even fucking
I'm looking
know.
right now. That's so
Black
close
Falls.
to Red Deer.
Imagine a Black Falls Red Deer rivalry.
Yeah, dude, that's like it's literally a Red Deer suburb. Like, I don't know, man. It would be tough to make that work.
Maybe not a big enough market.
I know. It's like maybe like I think, like I think those AJ teams might be able to get back into the AJ. I think they might be able to get back in there, but
just be like, yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be crazy shit. See what goes down. I think we were obviously going to talk a bunch of NHL stuff, and we were thinking about giving some Four Nations predictions and doing some other stuff like that. But I just got had a bit of a situation come up that I think I'm going to go take care of. So I think we'll wrap this week's episode up here. Or we didn't even officially send it to the interview and stuff. Fuck me.
Well, you can just send it. We can just send it to the interview and edit it.
Fuck, we do ad reads too. Fuck.
We got to do ads.
Yeah. Okay, I can record mine on my own, and you can record yours on your own. Fuck. No, it's okay. Okay, let me just do this. We'll just pretend to wrap the episode up. So yeah, just do that situation. We're gonna wrap the episode up here. Everything's okay, just for the record, but
yeah.
Joey, thank you so much for doing this week. Hope you all enjoyed our interview with Matt Tyszka. That was a great interview. We got lots more.
Great interview.
Lots more interviews coming soon. We got some in the bank already. We're a bit ahead of schedule, so we're excited for the future, and we got big plans. Please download. That is the best way that you can support our channel. You want to see more content, you want to see us grow, please download. Obviously, follow the social media. Hoping by the time this drops, we're at 1,000 followers on Instagram. Please be sure to follow us on every platform, on social media. Listen to every episode, download them. Give us all the support you can. Don't forget to check out the Movember. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the episode next week. Joey, I'll leave it to you.
1,000 episode special, 1,000 follower special, episode 20, inbound. You already know what's going to happen. Thank you guys so much for listening. Really appreciate you guys. And like Owen said, download, rate us 5 stars. And if you have any clips, fire them our way as well. We're always looking for new content and stuff to look at. So anything that happens, we keep it rolling.